Alrighty, fight fans, and we're live. So, we got Jamal Hill versus Thiago Santos in the main event of UFC Fight Night. What number is this? UFC Fight Night. Wow, they don't even put a number on it. You know, it's interesting. They have numbers for a lot of the UFC events, and then sometimes they don't have numbers. So the last UFC was UFC 277, and that was on like a pay per view card where they sold out like all of Texas with Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. And I wonder what the criteria is. I'm sure I could look it up for something to be an official number of a UFC fight, or if it's just on ESPN and doesn't have a number associated with it. Because there's been over 500 UFC events since its started in 1993. But we got this guy, Jamal Hill, who just is coming off a crazy knockout victory of Johnny Walker, just like the alcohol. And Johnny Walker had huge hype behind him before he got knocked out by this guy. And it's one of these situations where it's like, all right, if this guy could derail Johnny Walker's hype train, can he derail Thiago Santos? That is a different question entirely. Thiago Santos is an established fighter that's been in the top 5 forever now. And he's got the famous Thor's hammer on his chest, and he is a absolute menace and killer, and a difficult opponent for anybody. And both of these guys possess a very serious knockout ability. And he's walking out right now. He has a very serious look on his face. Now, interesting, he's from Rio de Janeiro. I didn't know that. But he had a fight with John Jones where he got both of his knees really badly injured. And it was something like he tore the ACL, the MCL, the PCL, all the CLs, and needed complete knee reconstruction on both knees. And he was out for almost a year. And then he came back in his returning fight against Glover Teixeira. And Glover Teixeira put a jiu-jitsu clinic on him. And it's really hard to get back into grappling training after just coming back from intensive knee surgery. And a lot of people felt that he had lost that fight due to the surgeries on his knees. And I just wonder if he ever will be able to come back to that kind of championship caliber where he's fighting for the belt again after having complete knee reconstruction surgeries on both of his legs, or if that's enough of an injury to kind of take him out of that upper echelon. I guess he's ranked number 6 in the world right now, which is still pretty damn good. Hard to be ranked number 6 in the world with perfect physical attributes, let alone 2 reconstructed knees. So should be a great fight, and he's known for his crazy power and knockout ability, not so much for his jiu-jitsu skills, even though he is from Rio de Janeiro. There's a lot of great jiu-jitsu black belts and jiu-jitsu fighters out of Brazil. And this will most likely be a striking slugfest in the UFC Apex. And you see Thiago Santos walking in now. Jamal Hill eyeing him down. Great camera angle there. Great shot to really show both fighters observing each other as you walk into that octagon. Ken Shaloya says, I love this Hulu footage. Makes my night. Love that. Love that tail of the tape. We got 38 years old for Thiago Santos. I wasn't aware he was that old. 31 for Jamal Hill. 6'2" for Thiago Santos. 6'4" for Jamal Hill. Wow. 206 pounds to 205, 76-inch reach for Thiago Santos to 79 for Jamahal Hill. Really, I was not surprised. I was not suspecting that Jamahal Hill was that tall. I didn't realize that he was that tall and long, which kind of makes sense as to why he looks so like lanky and skinny to be in this division. Should be an interesting fight. We got Herb Dean as the referee. Herb Dean, pretty controversial as a referee who a lot of people think that he is a referee that stops the fights too late. If you want, there's a big controversy on YouTube. You go to Dan Hardy's YouTube, and he has this whole thing about how Herb Dean has ruined the careers of a ton of fighters. He shows Herb Dean refereeing and the fighters' careers afterwards, and he makes an interesting case that Herb Dean is not the greatest referee of all time. So, if you got ESPN on any app on the TV or on Hulu, you can watch it without any problem. Wow, Thiago Santos is the underdog in this fight. That's really not something that you see often. And another thing that's interesting is it seems that the athletic prime of these MMA fighters seems to keep on getting later and later and later, where you see guys like Glover Teixeira, who's in his 40s as the champion of this division not too long ago. Great stare down right there in the center of the octagon. They touch gloves, and the fight is about to begin. Herb Dean says, "Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?" And fight. All right, round one begins. Round one of a possible 5 rounds, since it is a main event. You really see Jamahal Hill establishing a long range here. It looks like he wants to keep Thiago Santos on the end of his punches here and use his range to his advantage, which is a great strategy against Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos opens up, starts the first strike of the fight with a nice leg kick, which is a great strategy against a guy who has that long stance that Jamahal Hill has. The one real detriment to that long stance is that your legs are available for leg kicks, and you see Thiago Santos go for that again. I wonder if this will be a well that Thiago Santos likes to drink from in constantly going back to the same well of throwing those leg kicks on this wide stance of Jamahal Hill. All right. Ooh, big head kick for Santos. It looks like it was just blocked in time by Jamahal Hill. But good fight so far. Both fighters still sort of in the feeling out process, but yet also have still thrown some really hard strikes. It looks like a tough shot from either of these guys could really win the entire fight. And you would suspect Thiago Santos, as he comes out and he usually dictates the pace of these and dictates the entire match, when you see the exact opposite happening of Jamahal Hill really coming out and fighting at his range. And you also see Santos looking for a takedown here, looking like he has major respect for the striking ability of Jamahal Hill, which is kind of crazy to see. A beautiful little ankle pick there off of a underhook. Excellent cage work here from Thiago Santos. Usually you see him as the one who is doing the crazy knockouts And just the fact that you would get Thiago Santos and force him to grapple is kind of a crazy occurrence. A great single leg attempt here from Thiago Santos, and Jamal Hill's using his underhook to kind of stifle it. But it's an interesting concept of respect in an MMA fight where, if you have to have a certain amount of respect for your opponent's ability to be able to defeat you. You got to have the right amount of respect. If they can throw punches that knock you out, you need to be able to block. But you also don't want to respect them too much. And anytime that they feint, you bite down on the feint and you go to block, and then you leave your face open to get hit. Ken Chaloy says, I ordered black t shirts and Tic Tacs on your Amazon link. Love that. Thank you so much, Ken Chaloya. I got an Amazon link in the description. And if you don't want to support the channel through the PayPal link, the Amazon link is always a great option. We don't charge you any more on Amazon for all of your favorite products, but I do get a tiny percentage of your regular Amazon shopping that helps out the channel a lot. So thank you for supporting that Amazon link, Ken Shaloya. And looks like Thiago Santos got hit in the nuts there, and he is back in action fighting while I did that Amazon link promo. 1 minute 16 seconds left in the very first round, the round 1 of 5 here. And it seems that Jamal Hill is going to be the one that really establishes his range and establishes himself as the superior striker, which is crazy to see in a Thiago Santos match. But you could see with Thiago Santos' strikes and body language now saying, I'm not afraid of you in the striking department, and if you want to make this into a striking match, I am happy to do that as well. So interesting the conversation that you could have in the kinesthetic language that is fighting. 30 seconds left into this very first round here. It's just so interesting to see the respect of Jamal Hill's striking capability. Even when Thiago Santos fought John Jones, he really sort of came at him, and there was this kind of like blatant disregard for John Jones's abilities. And that concludes round number 1. Interesting first round. Interesting first round. I wonder how the rest of this fight is going to play out. 4 more rounds to go, of course. They're doing a commercial in the middle. 1 minute rest between each round. And kind of crazy that they're doing the commercial in the middle of the round when on Hulu, the commercial really isn't anything. It just says live sports and original series when they could be showing the fighters fighting and the corner giving the important corner advice to the fighters. Seems kind of like a waste of a commercial, just saying ESPN live sports and original series. But I'm not the one on the roster there making the decisions. Looks like Jamal Hill's got a little bit of a mouse on his eye right here. And Thiago Santos looks undamaged going into the second round, starting right now. So we got Thiago Santos in the orthodox stance, Jamal Hill in the southpaw stance. And again, Jamal Hill with a really wide stance. Good for movement, but you have to like plant your legs on the ground a lot, and it leaves you susceptible to those kicks. So 4:26 left in round number 2 here. They've been throwing leg kicks pretty much the whole time in the second round. No upper body boxing. Then a head kick, switching it up. Another head kick. Seems to be a very kick-oriented round in the first minute. 4 minutes left here in round number two. Again, Thiago Santos in this orthodox stance and Jamahal Hill in this southpaw stance. Jamahal Hill really trying to take advantage of the long range and is doing a good job with the octagon control as well. Thiago Santos, oh, beautiful takedown from Thiago Santos here. And man, crazy scrambling ability. Jamahal Hill really uses an underhook to come up and powerfully stand back up to his feet here and really shows Thiago Santos that it's going to be hard work. Even if you get me down, it's going to be hard work to keep me down. Really, a takedown is one thing, but to be able to keep someone on the floor is a totally different animal. So many great ways that you can stand back up as soon as you've been taken down. It's a whole different realm of defense. Great inside trip attempt to a single leg to a double leg, all stuffed from Jamahal Hill. Great chain wrestling, though, from Thiago Santos. Oof. Crazy, crazy interactions here deep into the second round. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. A great break of striking and potential takedowns. I believe Herb Dean there was returning a mouthpiece to one of the fighters that got knocked out in that crazy situation. Great knee from Thiago Santos here. It's just so interesting to see the amount of respect that Thiago Santos is giving Jamahal Hill in this fight. Um, Whereas Thiago Santos is known for not giving a shit who you are. He's going to come out and he's going to hit you with Thor's hammer like he does against everybody else. Oh, a nice little leg kick there from Thiago Santos. And moving his head now, probably getting a little bit more comfortable deeper into the fight. And starting to feel like Jamahal Hill really doesn't have the capability to really knock him out. Seems like Thiago Santos is becoming a little bit more comfortable and paying a little bit more respect to Jamahal Hill. But it's also looking like he is a little bit winded too. Those takedowns attempts that he was trying earlier, they definitely take some energy to try. And it seems like Thiago Santos spent way more energy attempting those takedowns than Jamahal Hill did defending those takedowns. So good stuff here. They switched to both being in the southpaw stance here, which is an interesting adjustment from Thiago Santos. Ooh, a nice hook from Jamahal Hill, keeping Thiago Santos really honest here. And man, it's looking like Thiago Santos is kind of gassing here in the second round, not looking as sharp as he did in the first round. It would be surprising if this fight made it all the way to 5 rounds with the kind of energy expenditure these guys have had so far. Jamahal Hill's still looking pretty fresh, though. And you could see Thiago Santos, he's got this thing where he's really tired of keeping his hands up. You see, whenever he is at a range where he could rest his arms, he keeps his arms lower. And that's a famous example of when your arms are so tired that you could barely hold them up to your face. And it's just such a shitty experience in a fight to be so tired that your hands can't stay up to defend your own head with. And it is a great work from Jamal to notice this and to always be pressuring him and keeping him in a range where Thiago Santos has to keep his hands up, or else that he will throw punches and hit him in the face. So really pressuring someone when they're tired and forcing them that they have to keep those hands up when they're just dying to take a break. is quite difficult. Oh, great angle there of the takedown that Thiago Santos did right on Jamal Hill's head. It really stuffed his head into the canvas. And you can really see a mouse forming above the eye on Jamal Hill here, even though he has seemingly controlled more of the striking. Let's see how, going into round 3 now, how Thiago Santos's cardio is, and if that turns out to be a factor in this fight. It's looking like he's going to be forced to stand with Jamal Hill because the energy expenditure that it would take to have to get him to the ground would just be too costly of what he is able to afford to spend. Up, but he tries anyway, goes for a takedown. And let's see if he could get it. Jamal Hill really using the fence to help him. Oh, and he gets it. Beautiful stuff here, but can he keep him down? No, he can't keep him down. That is tough for Thiago Santos. If he spends too much energy here, this could literally be the thing that costs him the fight. Jamal Hill really fighting back, digging for underhooks, and maintaining that inside positioning with his hands. Another takedown attempt from Thiago Santos. Good stuff here. Oh, and he goes to try to take the back. Jamal Hill shakes him off the top. Gotta be frustrating for Santos here. And Jamal Hill using this kind of splayed sideways stance against the fence. This is when you have that stance, it's really so hard for the person to take you down. You got to go for your single leg options as Santos just did right there. And this is another really tough position to be in for Santos where when you're in on the takedown like that and Jamal Hill's pulling up on your feet, you don't have the same ability to really drive with your legs, and makes it really difficult for you to go and complete those takedowns. And great energy expenditure here, too, from Jamal Hill, really kind of staying within himself against a very, very tough opponent in Thiago Santos. Another takedown attempt. Beautiful stuff here from Thiago Santos. I just wonder how much energy, though, he's expending to get these takedowns. He's got a really nice clinch on the a backwards body clinch here, or a back body lock, excuse me. And it's really hard to just stand up and kind of get out of that. He's really got to kind of face him, which he's trying to do now. And Thiago Santos would love to hook a leg and to keep his leg flat on the ground, which he does right there. He wants to be able to sit on that leg. Beautiful, getting back to that backwards body lock, really to weigh on him and to keep him down. But it just seems like Jamal Hill's going to be so hard to control. Oh, great knee there to buckle Jamal Hill's knee, and then unfortunately Jamal Hill turns back into him. Let's see if Santos can get another takedown here. Many takedowns attempted. Oh, beautiful, where he steps in between both of the legs and uses the body lock to trip him down to the floor. Great stuff here from Thiago Santos. You just got to get much more control here, really break him down to the floor and get a dominant position where Jamal Hill just can't stand back up on him like he keeps on doing. Get his back, put his hooks in, and really solidify positioning here first would be great goals for Thiago Santos to win this fight. Because Jamal Hill just seems to keep on being able to turn back into him and face him um, in these takedown and grappling exchanges. Oh, great single leg attempt. Oh, and then a powerful hook. And it's tough. It's tough for Santos to really make something happen here with the grappling. And this whole time, Jamal Hill really isn't expending that much energy. I just hope this isn't going to be too costly for Santos going later into the fight, where he gasses himself out, going for takedown after takedown after takedown after takedown. He seemed really exhausted in the end of the second round, and he's gone for a plethora, 10 takedowns probably at least just in this round, which is exhausting. Great little knee there from Jamahal Hill as well, and using that same sideways stance right off of the cage. Jamahal Hill using a Kimura trap. While this is a great counter to takedowns, unfortunately, it can land you in a lot of jiu-jitsu positions. That ends round number 3 right there. So sometimes when you are doing a certain counter to a move, the counter is correct in the sense that that Kimura trap will successfully defend you from getting taken down and might leave you in a dominant position on the floor. But it seems like Thiago Santos is dying to get him to the floor. And while the counter may be a correct counter to the takedown, having you end up on the ground where your opponent wants you to be is not an ideal situation. So, being very selective and picky with the exact types of counters that you use for these positions is very important. I got 5 people watching here. If you're watching, throw a comment in the chat, please. I would love to hear from you and would love to interact and know some of my fans. Or maybe not my fans, but I would love to hear from someone who's watching. Round 4. Let's see. This is a real fight here. These fighters don't look as fresh as they did in the first round, that's for sure. I just wonder how the cardio is playing out to the last 10 minutes of fighting in this round, in this fight. Excuse me. Nice leg kick there from Thiago Santos. Again, drinking from that same well, attacking the legs of Jamahal Hill. Both of these guys don't have that same pep in their step, the same kind of stances, and you really don't see them utilizing as many feints. That's a great way to tell if a big cross there from Jamahal Hill. Oh, this might and huge punches back from Thiago Santos. A nice hook there too from Thiago Santos. This is still definitely a fight that either guy could win. A great way to tell, though, that a fighter is getting tired is the lack of feints that they are throwing. You see in the first round, they're moving their head, they're throwing boom, 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 feint, 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 and then you get to this fourth and fifth round, and they're not throwing any feints, or at least very few. Great 1-2 there from Jamahal Hill. Good stuff. Similarly to how he knocked out Johnny Walker. Oof, nice leg kick too. Oh, and Thiago Santos really looking like he's on wobbly legs here, really showing how tired he is here. There might be a finish from Jamahal Hill here. He could probably smell the blood in the water. If he picks his shots correctly here, there's a finish. Jamahal Hill on top of Thiago Santos. He might be too tired to continue throwing those hammer fist punches on the top. Herb Dean saying, "You got to do something. Show me something to defend." He turtles, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Thiago Santos is so tired. This might be it, guys. There's a finish here. There's a finish. He's got to wrap him up, do some jiu-jitsu, do something, get a hold of him. There's a potential finish here for Jamahal Hill. It's so close to being stopped, and it's stopped. Herb Dean stops the whole fight. As I said, there was blood in the water. Jamahal Hill could smell it, and Jamahal Hill has excellent, excellent finishing ability. All of those takedowns, man, in the third round, like I was saying, Thiago Santos really just blew his wad and just overexpended his energy to try to do too many takedowns in the third round. And then you saw it cost him here in the fourth round where he just had nothing left in the tank. And you could just see by the wobbly nature and, how Santos was looking that he was just there was a finish there available. He was just not strong enough to continue. Great finishing ability here too from Jamal Hill. Really understands how to finish a fight and how to conserve his energy so that even if he isn't dominating in the fight, it's really important to consider who is the person that is spending more energy in all of these positions. And Jamal Hill did a great job at being efficient with his uses of energy in this fight. And I believe it's Thiago Santos's inefficient uses of his energy that really lost him this fight. Anyway, guys, that concludes another UFC event. I've done, I don't know, five of these in a row, I want to say, maybe even more. And I really enjoy breaking down these UFC fights, and I hope you guys enjoy my analysis of the fights. I think I have something valuable to add, and if you think so too, please throw a subscribe down and watch my videos. Thank you guys so much. Much love, and have a great rest of your night.